Welcome to your Daily 5 for Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. I just finished watching a movie that, based on the basic description of it, I really didn't think was going to work, because the two genres that this film mixes together just did not seem like they were really compatible. But I thought, okay, I'm interested. It's free to watch. Let's just give this thing a roll. So the movie I'm talking about today is from 1983, and it has two titles. The first one is Dagger Eyes. Dagger is in a knife, which is actually the title I prefer. But it's also known as Mystère, which is the first name of one of the main, well, really the main female lead of the film. And when I read about this movie, because that's really striking, the woman who, I'll mispronounce her name, it looks like Carol Bouquet, but I don't know if that's being pronounced correctly when I say it. But the one poster I saw, it's very striking. She's a very striking looking woman, and she's just kind of staring, and I thought, okay, and the name Dagger Eyes really kind of appealed to me, so I thought, okay, let me see what this movie's about. And then when I read the description, it was described as a spy thriller and a Giallo, an Italian slasher, mixed together. And I thought, how can that work? Those are such fundamentally different types of films, but it's an Italian film, and it was attempting to hybridize two very different genres. And I thought, okay, I can't resist that. So I went into it not knowing what to expect. And the reviews are generally pretty good, but there's some really harsh negative ones. So I thought, okay, I'm not sure if this is going to be one of those things that's funny or actually good. And in the end, I have to tell you, I think this movie works far more than it doesn't. In really surprising ways. I found myself delighted with this film because, again, Giallo and spy thriller just don't seem like two types of films, especially from this time period, that would really work. And specifically, the movie starts off, and it seems like it's going to be a sleazy Italian slasher film. I mean, that's really what you would think in the opening, 15 minutes of the movie. And then it really does become a spy thriller where it feels like a 3 Days of the Condor type of thing with the classic assassin and, photos of an assassination attempt that are trying to be, recovered by somebody and you don't know who it is. And there's car chases and there's fights and there's martial arts. I mean, there's everything in this movie beginning to end. I'm not going to spoil too much of it, because I'm really going to talk about it on Friday. I mean, I've got some great clips because it is the essence of bad Italian overdubbing, where it really, really is very evident that they didn't capture any on-set audio. Not that I mind, but you will be able to tell right away that this is the way that most of these films are made. But the main actress is a fascinating lead for this movie because she looks like a Bond villain. She really does. She looks like a female Bond villain, where she even has a white cat. But the look, she just looks very severe and like she would knife you in the back in a heartbeat, which she sort of is, but she is the hero of the film, or one of them. And she's a really fascinating character. I think she's acted very well. I think she's written actually much better than you would expect for a 1983 film where she is playing a high-end call girl. You would think that this movie was going to wallow in the sleazier elements, and it really doesn't. It sort of dips its toes in, but it never becomes an exploitation film. It really does kind of start as one thing, and then it goes into the standard spy thriller motif, but it still has a lot of those Giallo elements to it, and it just works. I love the soundtrack, by the way. If you like 70s kind of funk, you're going to like this, because it reminded me of that movie, The Visitor. It has that kind of soundtrack. You'll hear some of it on Friday. I'm going to play some of it. But overall, I have to say, I really enjoyed this movie because it surprised me over and over and over again, including into the ending. It has a great ending, which is not one that you would probably expect. There's some of the twists and turns you'll see coming, but I don't know that you'll see all of them. I didn't. I really wasn't aware of how much was going to be packed into the ending of this thing. But again, in the end, I just had a lot of fun with this movie. It manages to blend those two genres together in a way that's, now, in fairness, it's probably really like a 60-40 spy thriller to Giallo, or maybe even 70-30. It definitely becomes more of a spy movie as it goes on, but it still incorporates some of the core Giallo elements in a way that it's not incorrect to say this is a blend of the two films. And for something that just seemed, in my mind, to be a very difficult trick to pull off, I think the movie does really well. And the best part is, you can watch it for free. So again, Dagger Eyes or Mystère from 1983, fun movie. Check it out. Later.